Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys all the stuff I've gotten in the last month since I recorded the last video. Since then I went to that convention, the Bianco convention. I went to the comic book store that closed and was able to pick up some other stuff. Trying to cut back on the stuff I pick up as best as I can. So, but I was still able to find a lot of really neat stuff that I wanted to share with you all. So, usually I start the pickup video with the monthly issue of Club Nintendo. However, it hasn't come out yet. It was already announced at the start of the week, and I'm getting a little worried that it hasn't come out. It should have come out last week, and it hasn't. So, I'm hoping the distribution problems that happened a couple of months ago have not been repeated, because I'm a completist. I like to have a complete run of something, and missing an issue of my favorite video game magazine would really suck. But no Club Nintendo on this video, but went to the comic book store that was closing, and they had these, you might have seen it on the video, they had these things that the comic book store manager hung up on the roof, and I've always had my eye on those, and I've always wanted those. So when they were taking everything down, I asked if I could keep them, and she said yes. So I have this Age of Apocalypse hanging promotional thing. It's from the cover of X-Men, Age of Apocalypse, X-Men Alpha. And I'm a huge fan of the Age of Apocalypse. I thought it was a really, really cool X-Men event, and that's why I've always had my eye on this thing. I'll hang this up in my room because I love the event. I love the characters introduced in the Age of Apocalypse. I'm actually really sad to hear that the monthly series that they had is going to end with issue 14. That really sucks, because I'm, again, a huge fan of the Age of Apocalypse. I was glad that Marvel was able to revisit the universe, and I'm sad to see that they're gonna kill it again. Also had my eye on this. It's a Justice promotional thing that they also had there. The maxi series that was written by Paul Dini with artwork by Alex Ross. And actually, no. If I remember this, I'm getting my issues confused. Because there's this was, I think this was actually to promote because it's for the big books. My memory's not as good as it used to be. I think this was actually for the they released these really big magazine style books, beautiful books. I made a video on those too. They started with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Captain Marvel. Then they did one for Secret Origins, which they talked about the origin of all their characters. And then they brought everything up with one big book featuring the whole Justice League. So I remember that's what they were promoting with this one. Yeah, that's the thing. And I just, it's a very simple design. It just says Justice with some of the characters in the letters, but I've always also wanted this, and really happy to get that. The last thing I got, and this one broke as we were pulling it down. I just wanted it because of the really interesting design. It's to promote Magic the Gathering. So a Mirage expansion pack. I don't play Magic the Gathering. I have a few cards that I've gotten in my life, but I don't really know how to play it that well. But the little thing, just the design on the thing, just it's supposed to look like this, but this piece broke off. I'm gonna have to tie it up again. But I always saw this at the store, and I thought the design of it was really cool, and I wanted it, so they let me keep that. They had another Spider-Man one, but that one was literally coming apart. The characters weren't. It was really sun damaged. So that's the only one I really regret leaving behind. I wish I would have been able to save that one. But those are some collectible things from that store that I'm really happy to have. To remember the store by. because that comic book store, I've been going to that store for 13 years, and it's really sad to know that it's no longer there. Also, God, they were getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and I got these Green Lantern door thingies. Join the Corps. This was when the Green Lantern movie was going to come out. And I'm not going to keep this one. I might give this one away. But it's a Naruto video game poster. So those are the freebies that I got at the comic book store. At the Bianco, I got the little retro keychains that I showed off. The one with the Legend of Zelda and the NES controller. And they had an RPG table, and I've been watching some of Spoonie's videos, Counter Monkey, and I want to get into RPG, but I didn't know that we had an RPG club here in Mexico, and we do. So they were explaining how the thing works and everything, and I just for the hell of it, I bought a little dice. Honestly, I'm not really even sure how to use these things. But I like the color, I like the design, and like I said, I want to see if I can get into RPGing, because I listen to Spoonie's stories in the Counter Monkey series, and I have an itching to do some RPG, so I'll let you guys know if I decide to go through with that. Picked up some video games, went to a GameStop, and I picked up, this is a console that I've completely forgotten about, but they had this game there, and I've always wanted it, and I picked it up because I thought it was a good price. And it's Final Fantasy Dissidia. This is the big fighting game that released a couple of years ago. That has characters running from Final Fantasy 1 through 10, and they have a team of good guys fighting a team of bad guys. I've heard that the second one is better, but I've always wanted to try out this one. If you see the artwork differently, it's because it comes with an interchangeable cover. You can choose the good guys or you can choose the bad guys, but this is the one that was there, and I thought it was cool the way the black cover looks. Really cool game. Graphics are amazing. The cutscenes look really beautiful on the PSP, and it's a game I've always wanted, and now I own. Thought I wasn't going to buy any more GameCube games, but I saw this one at an Over Wheels with my girlfriend, and I decided to pick it up. And I got Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. Really long title for a game, but I've played a few of the Forgotten Realms games. Demon's Stone on the PS2 was one that I really enjoyed, so... And if memory serves me correctly, I think this is the same studio that did the X-Men Legends video games. I've been playing this a lot, and I like it. I like RPGs, and I like these type of RPGs. The only thing I thought that could have been... the artwork is amazing, the art style on it. The animation is really cool. The way that the characters, you talk to characters and they talk back to you, and that's actually pretty cool for the way that looks on the GameCube. I just wish the character customization would be a little bit better. It's not as good as I hoped it would be. You just pick a human archer, a dwarf, and an elf. But you can't change anything. You can't change the hair color, nothing. Which I guess makes sense because after you put on all the layers of armor and stuff that you pick up, the character kind of becomes indistinguishable. But yeah, it's still an awesome game if you can track it down on the GameCube, or I prefer it on the GameCube, and I think it was released on PS2 and Xbox. Track it down; that's actually pretty awesome. And I picked up Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 1. Because I didn't own this one, and I like rhythm games. That's why I'm a huge fan of Donkey Konga and the Guitar Hero games, and I want to pick up Just Dance, any one in the series, but Dance Dance Revolution, really cool rhythm game. Went to a Walmart and picked up some movies. At the $5 bin, I picked up the greatest stars of the 90s. This is a 3-disc set. One disc, just they give a really brief description of all the superstars of that era. They talk about guys like Shawn Michaels, Yokozuna, The Rock, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan in the 90s, Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and how each wrestler changed the face of the industry. That's in disc 1. The other 2 discs has like matches of each one of the guys that they talk about. Some of them are not the best matches. They could have chosen better matches. But I guess because the better matches are on other disc sets, that's why they decided to include the ones that are in this one. The best one is the Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker match, and the United States Championship match between Sting and Bret the Hitman Hart. It has Ric Flair versus Hogan, but that's also in the Hogan Anthology. And it has Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart in it. So they're good matches, but there are better matches. Also picked up Love and Other Drugs. Heard from a lot of people this was a really cool movie. I've never seen it myself, but it has Anne Hathaway in it, so it's gotta be good. Still sealed. Haven't seen it. Picked up Clueless. I remember watching this movie, and a lot of my friends that grew up during this time remember Clueless. I remember it being a cool movie. Turns out my girlfriend really likes it because it's an adaptation of a Jane Austen book, which I didn't know about that. So yeah, I picked it up. Completed. Well, I'm still missing the last one, but I advanced on my Scream collection with Scream 3. Considered by many the worst in the series, and it's not the best. They kind of pushed it with making a third one, but it's not as bad as a lot of people say it is. It's the weaker one of the series, but it's still pretty good. I still enjoy it, and again, I'm a completist, and I have to have everything in the series, so I want to pick up Scream 4. Found a Disney DVD, and if you've seen one of my videos, you've heard me mention that finding Disney DVDs is kind of hard because either they go out of print. If it's a really popular one, they go for really, really expensive prices. Even the lesser Disney movies fetch a pretty price, but once in a blue moon I'll find a Disney movie, and this time I found Treasure Planet. Again, not a lot of people like this Disney movie. A lot of people actually think it's some of the worst. But the visuals, I enjoy the visuals in this movie. It's the story of Treasure Island, where this kid finds a map and gets on with some pirates to find the treasure. And I don't know, I like the visuals. Some of the characters are really, really cool. And so yeah, I enjoy this one. I actually enjoy all of the movies that Disney puts out. So I've been trying to build up my Disney collection, but I also have this thing where I collect actor movies, even if they're not necessarily good, but I like owning the movies that I enjoyed from a particular actor. For Angelina Jolie, I picked up Taking Lives. Some people like it, some people don't like it. This is the unrated director's cut. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really cool, and it stars Angelina Jolie. It stars I forgot his name. Keith Sullivan. So it's a good cast in the movie. So picked up that. Gave my anime collection some love and picked up Volume 1 of Robotech, the Macro Saga. Contains issue 1 through 6. I've been actually searching for any Robotech DVDs that I could get my hands on. I don't own any Robotech. I think I own one of the movies, but not the actual series. And I grew up watching Robotech, like Transformers, G.I. Joe, the Turtles. And Robotech's the only one that I've never actually been able to get. I have the GameCube video game, and I love the hell out of the GameCube video game, so I'm really happy to add Robotech to my collection. Also going back to the actor collection, for Sylvester Stallone, I picked up Tango and Cash. This is the buddy cop movie that he did with Kurt Russell. Found this dirt cheap at a swap meet. Want to complete my Stallone collection. I'm only missing a few of his movies. Mostly the Rocky ones. I'm missing the Rocky movies. But I want to get that. Also, Mexico, so love wrestling. And here we have an awesome movie series of the Masked Wrestler movies from people like Santo and Blue Demon. I'm trying to pronounce that in English. I don't know. Mil Máscaras. And at a swap meet they have... I bought it because I thought it was interesting that it was in English. But it's this Lucha Libre 2-disc set that features the Champions of Justice and Mystery in Bermuda. It's in Spanish, and it only has English subtitles, but I thought the box was cool because it's in blue, and it stars Blue Demon. And I also thought this was interesting. It's the inspiration for Nacho Libre. So yeah, the first one, Champions of Justice, stars Blue Demon, Mil Máscaras, Black Shadow, Tinieblas, y La Sombra Vengadora, y El Rayo de Jalisco. And all of those guys team up to take on this evil bad guy that wants to, of course, rule the world. Mystery in the Bermuda has Santo, Blue Demon, and Mil Máscaras facing off against this rich guy that has an evil island and he wants to take over the world. Love the Masked Wrestler genre. Grew up watching a lot of Santo movies, and I'm really happy to get this one. It's a 2-movie set, got it for 10 pesos, less than $1. Really happy about that. Picked up the full screen, which is kind of sad, but I picked up the full screen version of Domino with Keira Knightley and Mickey Rourke. It's about this lady that decides she wants to be a bounty hunter, and she becomes one. Visually, I liked it. The story was also kind of cool. And again, it stars Mickey Rourke and Keira Knightley, and they're two good actors that I enjoy, so I think even Christopher Walken's in this. Might be. Yeah, Christopher Walken is also on it, so there you go. Remember watching this movie in the 90s, then it kind of fell into obscurity. But I always remembered it. I've been wanting to track it down. This one and The Rocketeer are 2 movies that I'm trying to get on DVD, but I was able to get a copy of The Phantom. This is based on an old character. I think the character came out in 1936, so it's before Superman. But it's one of the pulp heroes. It's not technically a superhero like when Superman came into the scene. But it's this guy that tries to protect the environment from this other guy that wants to destroy it. But it stars Catherine Zeta-Jones in one of her earlier roles. So not only did I enjoy the movie, but I forgot about that until I saw a trivia video on the MacGuffin podcast. So that prompted me. That was another reason for me to try to get it, and I was really happy to get a copy of The Phantom. It has no special features, but the movie, I enjoyed it. Remember seeing this a long time ago, and I thought it was interesting because it's about this guy that has this vision that God tells him to kill people because he sees them as demons. So he goes around the country killing people, and this is the story of how they're trying to catch up to the guy who's called the God Killer, and that's Frailty. I've actually seen this a bunch of times in the swap meets, but I could never put it together until one day I was looking on information for it, and I saw that this movie was the one that I was interested in. So when I saw it again, I picked it up, and stars Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. Really good movie. If you have a chance to watch it, I would definitely recommend it. Because it does kind of blur the line if this guy is just crazy or if there really is something behind his claims that God told him to kill people because they're demons. Really, really suspenseful movie. Also recommend this one. So, yeah, that was the collection pickup video. Again, only thing that's missing is my monthly Club Nintendo, which I really hope that I find because I don't want to miss an issue. Went through that a couple of months ago and it was not cool. But, like always, I like to make a recommendation of the haul. And I'm going to go with, video game-wise, Dark Alliance. Pick this baby up. It's guaranteed to last a long time because most RPGs are like 30 plus hours, so that's going to be cool. And if you have not seen it, go with the Phantom. A lot of people might not like it, but I enjoyed it. Like I said, I want to track down The Rocketeer. That's another movie that came out that was overlooked and I enjoyed. But if you can find it, give it a chance. So, yeah. Like always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm trying out some new ways to record the video. At least I've noticed that with what I'm doing, I don't like freeze up and then I start moving and the voiceover's a little out of sync. So I hope I can fix this. I don't know how the lighting is going to work. I'm recording this around midday, so I'm hoping it doesn't cause any glare with all the movies and stuff. So let me know how the videos are going to come out, or how they're coming out. And like always, please leave a comment, a suggestion. Even if you think my videos suck, leave it there so I can try to fix whatever you didn't like. But like always, thank you so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.